And then they would say, no, I value my real life interactions, I value the moment, I value presence, and I value intimacy. And I would say, well, you're a conscientious objector, that's okay. You don't have to participate. But we'll get you eventually. and like, I don't know if I really understood the consequences of what I was saying. Because the unintended consequences of a network when it grows to 1 billion or 2 billion people, and it literally changes your relationship with society, with each other, with it probably interferes with productivity in weird ways. God only knows what it's doing to our children's brains.
The problem is the youth of today doesn't understand the point of commitment. They're all addicted to dopamine. We pretty much raised an entire generation addicted to the bing, buzz, beep, or flash of their telephone, which is a dopamine addiction, which is the exact same thing you're addicted to when you're addicted to cigarettes, gambling, or smoke, or alcohol. It's all dopamine. And so the problem is they're convinced that because they grew up with technology that they can multitask better, which is nonsense because they keep crashing their cars while they're texting. And the fact that they have a total inability to wait 3 minutes to look at the phone while they're driving or anything else, they're addicted to dopamine. And the problem is they have an incredibly short attention span as a result.
Dr. B.J. Fogg out of Stanford University, and he's like the #1 habits guy out there. And he has a formula called B equals MAP. So behavior, which is the habit, equals motivation, ability, and then a prompt. Prompt meaning a reminder, if you will. Okay. And so I was talking about how to create new habits based on that formula, and actually one of his students over at Stanford, you love this, co-founded Instagram. Now think about habits and addiction. The average person I read opens up Instagram 150 times a day.
Come on.
150 times. So if you're not doing that much, because I certainly am not, somebody else is doing it a whole lot more, which is really, really scary. But that's by design. Like you said, companies, from product design, they're putting fortunes in to understand why we do what we do. And
variable reward, dopamine pops, all that stuff.
Exactly.
If the thought process that went into building these applications, Facebook being the first of them to really understand it, that thought process was all about how do we consume as much of your time and conscious attention as possible. And that means that we need to sort of give you a little dopamine hit every once in a while because someone liked or commented on a photo or a post or whatever. And that's going to get you to contribute more content, and that's going to get you, more likes and comments. I mean, it's a social validation feedback loop that it's like it's exactly the kind of thing that a hacker like myself would come up with, because you're exploiting a vulnerability in human psychology. And I think that the inventors, creators, and it's me, it's Mark, it's Kevin Systrom at Instagram, it's all of these people, understood this consciously, and we did it anyway.